All right, here we go again. What's up, guys? How's everybody doing? Happy Sunday night. And of course, it's Sunday night, so it's Yakin with Yukon. Hope everybody's doing good. Hope you guys had a good weekend. Flew by like always. Got a few things this weekend, which was cool. Dropped a video, so happy about that. If you guys didn't check out my video, dropped it on Saturday, and that seemed to have actually done better. So we might start dropping toy hunt videos on Saturday because it seemed to do better. So hopefully you guys have checked out that video. If you haven't, go check it out. Let's get to the chat. Let's join a couple people that have showed up already. JJ, what is up, brother? Gary's Grails. Damn you, Ed. What's up, man? And JFC Collects. What's up, Joe? So I hope you guys enjoyed this one because I think this is going to be the last Yakin with Yukon for a few weeks, just due to WrestleMania next week and then Easter the week after. So at least we have a great guest to tie us over until the 16th of April, and that is Dean from GEEK Strong. You guys all know Dean. Everybody knows Dean. Dean's got a lot of subs. He's got a lot of followers. Does great toy hunts, and just a cool guy. So very happy to have him on the show. As usual, if you guys have questions as we're going along that I'm not asking, throw them in the chat. We'll be sure to ask those questions. I'll try to pay a little more attention to the chat. I was a little off on that last week just because Matt and I were going back and forth. So I'll definitely try to pay more attention to the chat this evening. So without any further ado, let's cue up Dean's music and we will bring him in. There he is. There he is. There's the strong man himself. What's up, man?
Not too much. How's it going? Good to be on.
Good. Yeah,
Finally.
thank you for being on. I know we scheduled this a ways out, but
Yeah,
you held up your end of the bargain. So thank you. Thank you for being
absolutely.
on. Appreciate it, man.
I'm excited.
Yeah, me too. I mean, you and I have never really spoken like face to
No.
face. It's Instagram and those little things, kind of like a lot of us. So, I mean, this is an actual get to know you kind of thing.
Yeah.
So all right. Well, let's
Do I
get
get to ask
started.
you questions?
You can if you want. If you want
Where'd
to
you get
play.
Yukon Phil? Where'd you get the name from? Yukon Phil.
Okay, so let me that's a good one. I don't think anybody's ever asked me that. Okay. So Yukon Phil. Yukon, I live in Yukon, Oklahoma. There's the Yukon.
Okay.
Phil is a nickname. Phil's not my real name. You guys don't know my
No.
real name. You know what? Let's just let the cat out. Chris is my real name. Okay. I can't believe I just said that. Chris is my real name. Phil came from my brother. My brother, for some reason, when we were like 18, 19, he just started calling me Phil. I have no idea why. And he always called me Phil up until, uh, recently. So Yukon Phil is the alias. So that's kind of where it came from. It really doesn't have a ton of meaning. It's just kind of a goofy name instead of saying Chris Toy Hunter. That's kind of weird. So
Right.
that's where Yukon Phil
I
came
like
from.
it though. I mean,
Yeah.
I like the story behind it, and
Yeah, it's got a
good
little
to
bit of meaning and,
uncover it.
yeah. So thank you for the question. No one's ever asked me that. So
You're
yeah, if
welcome.
you got any
Thank you.
more questions as we're going along, shoot, man. I'm an open book, so
Absolutely.
it's all good. So let's get on you though. Ding. What got you into collecting and how long have you been collecting? And have you had any breaks and lulls since then?
I've been collecting my entire life. I've never stopped collecting. There was just a break in between playing with my toys and displaying my toys.
Mhm.
It just went from there. Um, Collecting's been my entire life. I have sold many things that I regret,
Yeah,
and purchased many things that I regret. But
right.
no, I love toys, and um, I don't mind letting things go to get new things in and spicing it up a little bit. So
Right.
having great pieces that in your collection, after a while, you kind of like you're ready to move it along and pass it along to somebody else, and then grab something else that you are excited about. So
Right.
it's a very fun hobby, but it's actually more than a hobby. It's been my life.
Right. It's almost a lifestyle, isn't it? You
Yeah.
kind of defines you after a while when you've been doing it for so long. Obviously, you've been doing it for a long time. So yeah, I totally get that. What would you say your go-to as a kid? what was your go-to line? What line were you into? And you took it on road trips. Maybe you had that one figure. What line really did it for you when you were a kid?
So it all depends on the years. Again, growing up, Migos was everything to me.
Okay.
$6 Million Man was the toy line. Popeye was the toy line for me. The cartoons, and I am more, believe it or not, you look around here and you see a lot of Star Wars and you see a lot of stuff, but I am a huge horror fan. So anything creepy, I gravitated to. So when it came to like Inhumanoids, I absolutely love Inhumanoids. Sectars, the puppet spiders and stuff like that. I
Mhm.
love that stuff. Star Wars had everything. It had, except for the horror, well, some of the scary parts of it as you're a
It has some
kid.
more. Yes.
Yeah. So,
Hmm.
but R2D2 and all that, and Hammerhead and Chewbacca, I was big into. I loved in the 70s. Bigfoot was a big thing. I mean, he was the myth, the legend that we always were afraid of. Bigfoot. We had the woods behind us, so
Oh wow.
Bigfoot was out there.
Yeah.
So when Chewbacca came into my world, it was Bigfoot in a friendly form. So Star Wars took off, and Jaws. I absolutely love Jaws and things like that. So
Nice.
yeah, but
Nice.
horror is like, believe it or not, like I don't know if Captain Spaulding's in here. He's a friend in the community, but he actually sparked me back up into horror because he's got so many cool tattoos of horror and his collection's horror. So I'm like, yeah, I love it.
Does he have a Captain Spaulding tattoo?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Say you can't
yeah.
have the name Captain Spaulding without having Captain
So
Spaulding.
yeah, he's friends with Duffman.
Oh, is your
Yeah,
friends? Nice, nice,
yeah,
nice. All right. Speaking of Duff Man, welcome to the show, Duff Man. Who
Duffman.
else we got here? We've got, let's see, we've got the Real Batman. Hey, I've been talking to this guy on Instagram. Go check out Real Batman's YouTube channel. He's getting close to 1,000. I think he's in the 860s, 850s. So all you guys, go check out Real Batman on Instagram, his YouTube channel. Give him a sub. Let's get this guy over 1,000. He's doing a great job. Got
I've
some
been
great
friends with
reviews.
Real Batman for like a year.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah,
Awesome. Yeah. Cool dude. Very cool dude.
yeah,
I've got Dre
awesome.
from Suo's Geek Vault. What's up, Dre?
Hey,
We've
Dre.
got Ed. There's the man, Ed. Ed, dude, good job on the on the Ohio Toy Show. If you guys didn't check out that video, go watch the Ohio Toy Show. It's like an hour and 10 minutes, but Ed, you did awesome on that, man. Really, really good video. And then who else we got? Oh, Hollywood nerd affiliated. What is up, Archer?
Hey,
And I
Archer.
think that's everybody. All right, so let's go ahead and get to a question in the chat here. This is from Gary's Grails. Will you be buying the new Indiana Jones play sets? The Crystal Skull Akatur play set is awesome.
I don't know the Crystal Skull. That place, is that a new one coming out?
I think so. Yeah, yeah. I
Um,
don't know if I've seen
as
that.
far as like Indiana Jones play sets, the new ones, I don't know if I really have to get the new ones because I have the
You got the
originals.
old ones.
You know,
Yeah,
so I have like I have all the play sets. So if they come out with new ones, absolutely, I'll get them if they're retro. But yeah,
yeah, yeah. Absolutely. Payne's Toys, what's up? So, since we're on Indiana Jones, you and I were talking backstage. We were going to save this for this. So, you said you mentioned to me that you found the Indiana Jones retro, and you said that they were a different price than what I did. So,
no. Well, when I went to
or same
Massachusetts,
price.
the first time I picked them up in Mass, it was 14.99, which
Hmm.
came to 15.53 or something like that. And I'm like,
Right.
and on the app, it actually did say 14.99.
That's insane.
So the next day, I went to Target and I found two in New Hampshire. They were 11.99,
Okay.
and now the app shows 11.99 for the retro figures.
Because yeah,
So
I
I
went
think
there
that's the price.
today. They were 14.99. So hopefully they straighten it out.
Yeah.
Because
Well, if you have the app, if you open up the app and it says 11.99, I can send you the photo too and just use the photo
okay,
11.99 if you're
okay.
interested in getting them.
Yeah, no, they don't look good enough for me.
Yeah, no, yeah. See, I'm old
Yeah,
school, so to me
yeah,
that the packaging is stuff that I I
The
love, so
packaging
I
is very
understand.
cool, and I think that that's it's just like the Star Wars retro. They're playing on the nostalgia, so they're
Yeah,
going to play on the
absolutely.
old pictures and everything else, and that's it. But no, Hollywood's absolutely right. New Affiliate's right. It needs to be $8.99. Absolutely, totally agree with that. But they're
Yeah,
basing
not in
that off
today's
of what they
age.
did. Well,
Yeah,
no, no,
yeah,
what
close.
should be $8.99 is $12.99, and what should be,
Yeah, yeah.
But they're playing off the same thing they did with the Star Wars retro. They're playing off that packaging and the nostalgia from the figure. So, but good tip. So I'm glad that you found that. Are you in for any of the other Indiana Jones figures? Are you in for the 6 inchers?
Something, I have to see him in hand. I think I might get some of the original. It all depends, it all depends on how much cash I have at the time. I
Yeah,
do want to get at least Indiana Jones.
yeah.
I do want to get what's his name? The guy with the melted face.
Toot or whatever
Yeah,
whatever his name
Tote.
is. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. I
yeah,
do want to get that because displaying him like with the melted face and putting him in front of the ark would be so cool. So I want to get at least two of them. As far as the other ones, we'll wait and see. Maybe I'll wait for a clearance or something.
yeah, definitely. And I think that'll happen. Because a lot of them, I'm with you. A lot of them don't really appeal. I think Donovan with the alternate head after he drinks out of the wrong grail and the hair gets really long and he starts
Yeah,
shrinking in. I think that one looks cool. And
yeah, I'd
then
get that one too.
yeah, definitely. I
Yeah.
think that might be you guys correct me if I'm wrong. Is that a Target exclusive or is that all the way through?
I know there are a few Target exclusive, but I'm not sure about that one.
Okay. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, it's an okay line, but again, the characters, how interesting are the characters? Yeah, it's nostalgic. Yeah, it's old school, but do we need, I don't think I need a Marion in my collection. I
Ooh,
don't.
no, that's the one I want.
Oh, is that the one you want?
Marion
Okay.
all the way. She's the only one vintage one I don't own.
Gotcha.
And
Gotcha.
she's super expensive. But I'd rather get a Stan Solo Marianne because she looks better. The dress
Right.
is almost identical to the vintage
Right.
versus the new Hasbro one is way off. It's still cool, don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
but I might to put it on with my vintage, I might get a Stan Solo.
Gotcha.
Maybe. I don't
Okay.
know.
Cool.
Don't hate me, people.
All right. There was a couple of people that joined in while we were talking. Left Coast Graphics. What's up?
Hey, Rick.
And let's
So I
see.
put Rick's in. I have a video I was working on. So Rick, your Left Coast commercial is going to be on my next video. So I
Nice.
have a commercial I made for Left Coast.
Awesome. Very cool. And Hollywood's absolutely right. So still better than Super 7 doing 19.99 for their retros. Totally agree with that. Like if those things were
Yeah. Oh yeah.
11.99, I probably would have bought the majority of the turtles, a lot of those. But $20 for those is insane. Do you have any of those Super 7?
I
The
do. I
reactions?
do. You
Do you?
want to see one that's so
Yeah.
cool?
Yeah, I do.
Give me a second. Now this, my friend, is a must own. Weird
Oh,
Science.
nice. Nice. That's awesome.
Now that is worth $20,
That I could
right?
see. That I could see. Yep.
That is
That's
so
cool.
cool.
Well, some of the Nightmare Before Christmas ones are really cool too. Those ones are cool.
Yeah.
And then I saw one at Best Buy yesterday. It was the Dragon Zord with the Megazord combined, and it was actually good size. It was like that big, and it was 25. Pretty hefty, so I could
Yeah.
kind of get 25 for that. It looked all right for that. So
I like the Roger Rabbit ones. Have you seen
the
the
Roger
Roger
Rabbit ones are
Rabbit one?
cool. Yeah, the
Yeah, really
the
cool.
judge looks really good. Yep,
Yeah. But again,
definitely.
$20, $18 a piece. It gets expensive when you're
It
buying
does. It does.
multiple.
Yep, you're absolutely right. All right, so Geek Strong. What made you? I mean, this is probably obvious, but what made you come up with the Geek Strong YouTube name?
It's really not as obvious as you
Nope.
might think.
Okay.
Um, so when I entered the community and stuff like that, people they know me as Dino. And was it Sleeping Collectibles said, "Hey, Dino the Machino," because I showed them bodybuilding photos and stuff like that because I'm body well, and my last competition was 2019, my last pro show. So I was still working out when I came in this community, and they call me Dino the Machino. So I was like, "Ooh, I might do Dino the Machino YouTube." I don't know. This doesn't catch really.
Right.
So then I said Geek Strong. That's perfect because not just muscles, but as a community. Because when we collect, you kind of feel alone, don't you? Sometimes if you
Well,
don't have,
mhm,
right? It's a
definitely.
lonely hobby. It
It
can be
is.
a lonely hobby if you don't have friends or community around you. So when I entered this community, it was geek strong, man. We're all geeks, and all of us together make us strong. So that's why at the end of my videos, I always say, just remember, we are all geek strong.
Nice, man. Very cool. How long
Yeah.
have you been doing the so is it like a straw man, or is it what kind of competitions do you do for the
It's just posing,
posing? Okay. How
quarter
long you been
turn
doing
to the
that
right,
for?
quarter turn to the right, and all that
Gotcha.
stuff,
Nice.
double
Very cool.
biceps, and
How
then
long
you
have you been
do
doing that for?
routines and stuff. Yeah.
How
I have
long have
some
you
trophies if you want to see
Oh, do
trophies and
you?
stuff.
Nice.
So,
Yeah, I
yeah.
think we want to see a trophy, guys. Don't we want to see a
Yeah.
trophy? Come on, Dean, show us a
All right.
trophy.
So one of the reasons why I entered this the competition was because they said there's going to be a Thor hammer.
Nice.
So I had to do that.
Nice.
So this is my pro hammer. I won this.
Very cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, and it's
That's
heavy
awesome.
too, man.
Oh, very cool. How long have you been doing those competitions for?
Well, my first bodybuilding show was in 2000,
Okay.
and then I did two or three competitions at that time, 2000 and 2001, and then we got married, had kids, and then I started back working out. Probably say 2012, 2013. Stepped on stage at 2015, won the whole show. I walked away with like 4 or 5 first place trophies. Not that I'm bragging, but kind of am. And then I still did a couple of amateur shows just to break in because I didn't want to go pro right away because I wanted to get comfortable with posing and being on stage again. So I did I think a year of a couple of competitions as an amateur, and then I went pro, and I won. I lost a couple of pro shows, took like second place on one, took like eighth place on another because you take bad advice.
Right.
And then when I just said, you know something, I don't need anybody. I'm going to do it on my own. And so when that happened, I took first place and I defended my title at the following year, and I won again. And that was the last one I did, which was this trophy here.
Nice. Very cool. Do
Yeah.
you have any more plans to do any in the future, or
No, I'm out, man.
you're out? You
Tapped
done?
out.
Tapped
Yeah.
out,
Who
huh?
knows? Anything
Tapped
can
out.
happen. Anything can happen. But I blew out my knee this past like year,
Mm,
and because I can't go heavy with legs, and you have to be symmetrical. So if I can't go heavy on my legs, then my legs aren't going to grow to my upper body size. So I had fun. It was a great run. I did more than I ever thought I would. I posed on stage with Mike O'Hearn. You know Mike O'Hearn? He was an American gladiator.
oh yeah. Yep.
He does he's a pretty big name. He's done some movies and things like that, I believe. And I actually at one of the show, I knew he was going to be there, so I brought a toy and had him sign it.
Oh, nice. Awesome.
So right there it says
Very
Mike
cool.
O'Hearn, and he
Very
signed
cool.
here Titan
Nice. That's
right on
awesome.
top of there. See Titan.
That's awesome.
So here I am all greased up, wearing a Speedo or whatever. Hey, can you sign my toy?
Right. Right. And he was nice enough to oblige. And look at
He
that.
loved it.
That's
He was
awesome.
blown away. He loved it.
That's the funny thing about the community, man. Like I was funny story. I'm gonna tell you a story real quick, all you guys. So I was they want us to update our profiles at my job, my day job. So I put on there that I have a YouTube channel and I do toy hunting and this show and everything. Oddly enough, a guy who works with me is really good friends with Kyle Peterson.
No, really, yeah, yeah,
Yes, and
yeah.
I'm like, "Oh, that's so awesome." He's like, "No, I'm really good friends with him, and maybe I can get you guys together and this and that." I'm like, "Small world, man." Most of the time, when you tell people that you do this or you collect toys, most people are very receptive to it. I remember when I was a kid, be like, "Oh, you're a dork, you're a nerd, get out of here." Now it's like, "That's awesome, I do too." It's like there's a lot of closet,
Yeah,
a lot of
yeah,
closet toy collectors out there that you would never know. You would never know it. So that's what's so awesome about it.
yeah,
And
absolutely. Yeah,
for a
Kyle
guy like
Peterson's
that.
awesome. I love his channel. But yeah, it's funny how many toy collectors there are out there. I
Yeah.
tell my wife there is more toy collectors than there are not,
It's
you
true.
know?
It's true.
At least I think, at least in my world there are.
Oh, I would agree. I mean, you've probably had this too, where you're filming in Target and somebody walks up to you, "Hey, what's your YouTube channel? Can I check it out?" I mean,
No,
I've
no,
no, you haven't had that?
I
Oh,
usually
I'm
tell them.
shocked. I'm
I usually
shocked.
tell them, "Hey, by the way, hey, I know you're shopping in groceries, but did you know I have a YouTube channel?" And I give them a sticker and stuff.
There you
But
go.
here's a picture of me and Michael Hearn on stage
Nice.
with the
Very
hammer.
cool. That's awesome. Well, what a great trophy too, the hammer. I mean,
Yeah,
come on, that's awesome. That's very, very
yeah,
cool, man. So, all right, let's see. There was a question here. Okay, T3. So T3 says the Indiana Jones street dated for April 9th. I thought it was today.
yeah.
Did they
Today I
change
thought they
that? I
said.
thought it was today. T3, you tell us. You seem to be in the know, Carlos. So you tell us, man.
Well, I know somebody that works at Target, and I talked to a few of the people that work at Target, and there was supposed to be a reset today for Indiana
Yeah,
Jones.
exactly. Exactly. Yep. I actually did a live on Instagram thinking that there was going to be a reset and there was nothing. So
I got stuff. I
misinformation.
got stuff today.
Did you?
Yeah, you have
Where,
to watch my video. I just put it out today.
oh,
So
you're not going to show us. You tease. You
no,
tease me.
no, you have to watch the video.
That's hilarious. All right, cool. So, how has the YouTube experience been for you? Obviously, you're well over 1,000 subs. How long have you
I'm
been
almost
doing?
at 2,000, by the
Almost
way.
2,000.
I'm
Nice,
coming up to
nice,
2,000.
very cool. How long have you been doing it for?
2 weeks.
Bull.
You know something? When I first started, I'm like, I thought 1,000 subscribers would take like a week. It just seemed like it would be like
Boy, you
easy.
and me both. Yep, yep,
It was
yep.
such a struggle, man. It's such a struggle, but I love a challenge, man. Just like bodybuilding. The reason why I like it because when I have my mind set for something, I'm focused and it's a goal. I absolutely love it. So when you reach 1,000, it was great, and I get a lot of help from people in the community, a lot of support, and a lot of videos. I have over 800 videos and shorts in
Wow,
just a little bit
wow.
over a year and a half, I think. And I think that's a lot. It might be too
That is a
many.
lot.
I
No,
think
I don't think
some.
it's too many.
I think sometimes I thought that like more videos, if they're not getting enough watch, it kind of hurts your channel. But I don't really honestly don't care too much about that. I enjoy, and when I do a toy hunt or a short, I if I see one or two items, I'll record it and put it out there for me and you. You know what I mean? I'm not doing it
Yep,
for a watch or what, obviously
yep.
you do a little bit, but I'm trying to show you what's out there and hurry up, get out there and grab it.
Hmm, hmm. Yeah,
But as far as the watch hours is the tough part because
it's
each day
so tough.
that
That's the hard
passes,
part.
you lose
Very
a
hard.
day,
Yep.
but to gain it, so you got to constantly make something to fill that spot that just lost
Exactly.
today, if that makes
Exactly.
sense to anybody.
Yeah, and I've learned in that too, because it's like as you go through your first year, you're like, okay, well, I should be at this point, and normally you would be if they did it
Yeah.
based on the
Oh
entire
yeah.
length of your channel. But since it's only the 365 days, then
Yeah.
you lose
When
some.
I hit 1,000 subs, I was over 4,000 watch hours, technically. But
Yeah,
because I went over
yeah,
a year to take me to get to 1,000, I was like, what? I only have 2,500? I'm
right,
supposed to be over 4,000. What happened?
right.
And then I figured out the rules, and it's just a game. But you know something?
It
I'm
is.
playing the game, and let's do it, man, because I'm going to get there someday.
Right, right. So what is your ultimate goal for YouTube? Is obviously monetization. It'd probably be the next thing, 2,000 subs, but where do you see yourself in a couple years?
You know something? I'm doing it for the cookies, man. Somebody said there was gonna be free cookies, and I'm still waiting for the bag. Nobody sent me the bag yet. When I have to wait for 4,000 watch hours for the cookies?
That better be a damn good cookie, man.
I'm just doing it for fun, man.
Yeah,
There is really no end thing. It's just having fun and meeting people like you. Everybody in there's Captain Spaulding. I see you out there, man.
there he
Thank you for,
is.
this guy is fantastic. Everyone's fantastic, but I love watching Captain Spaulding's horror collection. It got me excited for horror again. So everybody, John, Gary, Real Batman. I can go on and on, and this is why I do YouTube.
Absolutely, man.
If I had no friends in the community, I wouldn't do YouTube.
Well, it's hard. I remember when I first started out, I wasn't bold enough to go out and try to make friends because that's what you got to do. You got to. The only person I've said this 1,000 times. The only person that came to me was Ed, and then everybody else I kind of had to start up something with and everything else, which is fine. But
Yeah,
if you're not going to do that, if you're not willing to do that, it's going to be super lonely, and you're not going to get out there. You're not going to meet a lot of cool people, and you're not going to have shows like this, and you're not going to
right.
be on shows, have your own show. So yeah, man, I'm totally with you. That is absolutely 100% true.
I made
Um,
friends before I had a YouTube channel, so I think
yeah,
that's what really helped me.
yeah, definitely, definitely. So T3 says spring reset for the main toy house started today, goes through mid-April. I just came back from Target and talked to my manager. Man, T3, he's just all over it, isn't he? And then Dre says I subbed to GEEK STRONG and followed you on Instagram. Thank you very much, Dre.
Thanks.
Appreciate that. Planogram shows April 9th. Okay, so April 9th. So if you guys are holding out for indie stuff, April 9th, apparently, thanks to our insider, Mr. Carlos. All right, so let's see. Michael Cherry, what's up? Local guy. Very cool. All right. So with YouTube, have you come across any negative? We've talked about positivity. Have you come across any negativity?
No, not really. I think I had a couple of I think one guy said, "Look at this." I'm not even going to say it because it's not even. Well, maybe I will because
Not worth it.
he just says this guy can't stop flexing, but that's my gimmick, I
Right.
guess, if you
Right.
want to say. That's
Right.
always we are all geek strong. That's how I end my videos.
Right.
So if they thought it was weird, then I guess they don't get it. But other than that, no, I know a lot of people. Well, hear a lot of people have some negative and things like that, but no, I haven't had any negative. But I'm pretty naive, man. People could be talking negative to me, and I'm like, yeah, that's right, yeah,
That's right. Well, I mean, even when it does happen, it's better just to, I think Joe and Colin were talking about this a few weeks ago. One negative comment can override 100 great comments, and it's like
100%, yeah,
you just
yeah,
gotta blow it off. There was one guy, he got me the other day. He didn't like my Manny Faces Masters of the Universe review. He told me I needed to be more like Pixel Dan. Well, I told him to go watch Pixel Dan.
yeah.
I mean, I'm
Well,
not Pixel Dan, man. It's like why? Why even say that? Then you can't let it ruin your day. Even if it does come at you, just so what? There's always going to be trolls. There's always going to be haters, but that is so small compared to all the people that are great and awesome and supportive and do all these things. So
but if we were all like Pixel Dan, it wouldn't make it a fun watch, would it? If
right.
everybody Pixel Dan is a great. He was one of my first toy watchers. I love Pixel Dan. He's come a long way from when I was watching him. Like he has a sound room and everything.
Hmm.
He does a great job, but he's been doing it for years.
Yeah,
But if you did the same type of review as Pixel Dan did, I wouldn't want to watch your review because it's the same as
exactly.
Pixel Dan's. I want to see something different. I want to see when I do my toy reviews, I found a style that is me, and I do green screen with mine, and I add images at the end. Sometimes I'll do stop motion with the toys. Sometimes I'll just put green screen background with it. And but I have a style, and I think everybody should have their own style, and that's what makes it fun to watch. So I can watch a Manny Faces review 10 times, and each time it's different and
Different every
exciting.
time. Hmm.
So
Yep, absolutely. And that's a great point. It's like if we're gonna sit here and just copy each other,
yeah,
what's the point? There's no point to that. You be yourself. That's the ultimate thing. That's what so many guests have told me. What you just said, be yourself. You're going to bring something different than no one else can bring
yeah.
to the
It's
table.
hard
And
to find
that's
that though. It's hard to find something that is you.
yeah,
It takes a little bit. You're not
it
just going to
does.
do it on the first review. I watch all my videos like multiple times, and if I can watch my video and enjoy it more than once,
Hmm.
then I'm doing something right. If I watch it or listening to well, when I'm at work, I listen to YouTube. I don't watch YouTube. So if somebody's doing a toy hunt, and Gary knows what I'm talking about because he messaged me one time and he was asking for a little bit of advice. I said when I'm listening, when I'm watching YouTube, I'm not watching, I'm listening. So it's important to talk and explain what you're seeing, or just imagine I'm with you toy hunting. Don't be a salesman.
Right.
You don't always have to just say, here's He-Man, here's this. Talk to me. Tell me a story. Tell me about your day. Tell me about that kid behind you that's making noise and
Right.
annoying you, or
Right.
you know what I mean? Like everybody has their own thing, and make it fun, and just pretend somebody's with you. This person, the phone is your friend that's watching you. So pretend
Absolutely.
that's my advice for
No, great advice. I think some people too, you get into that mode where it gets a little stale and you're like, "Oh, I gotta make a video. I haven't done one," or
yeah,
"I gotta keep a schedule," and you just go and you're like, "Oh, here's Batman, here's Transformers, blah blah blah." That resonates through your video and to the audience. And it's like you're providing entertainment. That's kind of what we're in. We're in the entertainment
yeah,
industry a little bit. So you want to be entertaining. If
but
you're
you're only
dull,
as good as your last video,
exactly. You're only as good
you
as
know?
your last video.
So if you're not
Absolutely.
feeling it, don't do it.
Don't
Even
do
if
it.
you have to take a week off, bring your stuff with you. It's like I'll go into a store and I'm not planning on doing a video, but if I walk in, I see something new, I'll start filming. You know what I
Mhm,
mean? I don't
mhm.
not everything's planned out.
Right. Right. And that's another good piece of advice. I know a lot of you guys do that. Carlos does that a lot too, where he's like, wasn't planning on filming, wasn't going to do toy hunts, but I saw this thing that I think's going to help people get what they're looking for
Yeah.
and it's
Uh,
good content. Might as well film it.
yeah.
So
Even if it's a
absolutely.
short, even if it's
Exactly.
a short or a long video. If I see more than one item, if I see a couple of items, I'll make a full video. If I just see one item, I'll do a short.
Mhm. And shorts kill. I don't know if you've had the
Yeah.
success with shorts I've had, but
Yeah.
shorts kill. It's almost kind of you sometimes I put this on Instagram. I'm gonna actually stop doing full reviews because when you get 40 or 50 views for a full review, but you could get 400 for the shorts,
Yeah.
it's like, well, I'm gonna do the shorts, you know.
Yeah.
And
I have one that's like I don't know, like 40,000 views or
that's
something
awesome,
crazy
man.
stupid, and
That's
it's just
awesome.
like the Grinch.
Right, right. And it's something that you would never think would blow up, but all of a sudden it just blows up and you're like, whoa, you
But I
know.
film everything I enjoy. If I film a Squishmallow, it's because I like Squishmallows because my daughter,
Right.
well, not that I like them, but my daughter collected Squishmallows, so I'm filming not for I'm filming for her too and everybody that likes it. I like it, and I'm gonna show you. So if I don't really enjoy it, like Beyblades, I'm not really big into Beyblades, so it might take me a little bit longer to show something like that. Or
Yeah.
Lego. I'm not a big Lego guy, so you don't see me walking down the Lego aisles that often. Sometimes I do, but not often.
Right. I think a lot of toy hunters also feel obligated to show everything. And if it's like, if you're not into Hot Wheels, I'm not going to show Hot Wheels because I'm just not into
Yeah,
it. I can't be entertaining and give you the right amount of information you need to know if you're a Hot Wheels collector, since I'm not. So I think
yeah. If
that's a
I see
really good
one or
point
two
too.
Hot Wheels, I'll show it up, but I'm not
Sure.
gonna go through the whole bin and stuff. I don't
No,
know how
no.
those guys do it
You'd be
anyways,
there
but
all day doing that, those
yeah,
guys. Yeah. All right, let me get to a couple more comments here. You guys got some good stuff. And we have a new member in the chat, which is awesome because he's a guest.
nice.
So I'll get to that in 1 second. All right, so let's see. T3 saying a bunch of hate from within my own circle, 200 friends. Dude, if you got that, you got to dump those people. No, no room
Yeah,
for hate, brother. No room for hate. There's no hate anywhere around here. Um,
I
and
did see a
Miss
couple of questions.
yeah, let's see. Let me get back to those. Let's see. Question for Dean. What is your favorite and least favorite toy lines and why?
My favorite toy line is vintage. My least favorite is modern. How about
There
that?
you go. Tell us why modern is got you as the least favorite. Not like we probably don't know already,
So,
but go ahead and tell us.
modern, something, I'm not, I like simple. Too much articulation and too much realism doesn't feel like a toy to me anymore.
Sure. I get that. I get that.
It becomes like I won't collect I used to collect sideshow collectibles, like all the horror ones. I had Jason, Leatherface, although
Yep.
those are great. But as far as like Star Wars, Hot Toys, and all that, I would never collect that because it's too real. That's why I'm really excited for the new Indiana Jones figures in the Wave 2 that's coming out. That toys that would never made.
Right.
They got little short round comment. I'm super excited because that's simple. I love the simplicity of it, and I like the colors. So vintage style, I absolutely love. And don't get me wrong, I mean, I have all black series on the wall over here,
Mhm.
but I'm more into the vintage card back. Those are all like the card backs.
Right.
So it just brings back that style.
So you want your toy to look like a toy. You don't want it to look like,
Yeah,
behind me you got all the you don't want it to look like they actually took a character and shrunk it down and it's
somewhat, you know.
perfect. I
Yeah,
get
like I
that.
like
I get that.
I like
Yeah.
NECA movie turtles are cool
Oh yeah.
because that is different. That's like even NECA Jaws figures. I love that because that's still nostalgic to me. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? It's
Mhm.
like a movie that I absolutely love and the characters I love and things like that. So there is a fine line, but
So with the way things have been going with all the companies and stuff, you've definitely gravitated more towards retro, or is it and vintage, or is it just kind of always been that way for you?
I started doing well, I've always been more into vintage anyways, but I started, I always go into the stores and buy new toys and things like that. But what's really kind of, it's just the prices are throwing me off a bit. I'm
Mm,
not going to pay $34 for a figure, $20 for those retro carded Black Series figures. That's a good price, $20. Once you get into 25, $30, then I'm like, I'm buying, four figures for $100.
yeah, it's tough.
So then it becomes stale in my mouth, and it's like, I really don't need that. I like the vintage collection, they're cool, but it's
Right.
all about the card back. If a vintage collection figure came on, a regular card, didn't look like the vintage, I wouldn't buy it.
Mhm. No, and that's what they did that was so good about the vintage collection. They took exactly what you said. They took the nostalgia, applied it to modern figures. Great, great thing. And them bringing
Yeah.
it back was really a solid move too. Now I noticed you said $34, and that I watched your video the other day where you were looking at the Ghost Rider. Hard to
Yeah.
believe that that set is $34. I mean, that's a
It's I
five
guess
point of articulation figure.
I guess
And
that's just Massachusetts. I guess that's supposed to be
mm,
25.
it's 34 at mine.
Really?
Mhm. Yep. I thought
Yeah,
of you as soon
somebody
as I
told
saw it. I
me.
was like, yeah, that's exactly what Dean was talking about right there. 35,
I think
34
if you go
bucks.
online, I think he's 25
Is
online.
he? Okay.
I think
All
if
right.
I find it for 25, I'll get him for 25. 30 is pushing it. I don't think the bike's worth, that much more because
Well,
how
you
much is the
pick it
figure?
up.
10, $12?
Yeah, they're like so that would be like the 3 3/4 retro card back. So I think those are
Yeah,
11.99. So that means
yeah,
that puts the bike at like 25 or let's see, not maybe not that high, like 20, 22. So yeah, I mean, but I picked it
yeah,
up and it felt like there was nothing in the box. I
yeah. It's
mean,
cool though. The packaging's
it does look
cool,
cool.
and
Yeah.
I'm a big Ghost Rider fan, so
Right.
you know.
How are you feeling about the new packaging? Pretty much almost across the board now with the no, it's all blind box, no bubbles. How you feeling about that?
If vintage collection came into I couldn't see the figure, I wouldn't buy it.
Mhm.
So it's actually I'm actually liking the plastic free packaging because it's saving me money because I'm not buying it.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
a plus,
so
isn't it? That is
yeah,
a
so it
plus.
is. It makes it easy to say no.
Right, it does. Well, and you get so nervous kind of buying it. I bought a couple. I bought Scorch the other day, and I'm like, really hope he's in there. It's like it's a crapshoot. You just don't know
Yeah,
if it's going to come in or not. So, all right. So, new guy to the chat. He's going to be on the show in a few weeks here, Mister Syntastic's Nerdy Collecting. Guys, if
nice,
you haven't checked him out, go check him out. He's in that big bad group with Zach Jack Dan and Jersey Geek and Sentry and JB and Man Cave and all those cool guys. So if you guys haven't checked out his channel, go check him out, sub to him, follow him on Instagram, all those things. So thank you for being on here, man. Appreciate it. Um, let's see. Agreed. That's why. Okay. So JJ says agreed. That's why I like collecting vintage 3.75 Joes. They still look like toys. Oh yeah, definitely.
yeah.
They definitely do. Yep. Do you have a lot of Joes? Do you collect Joes? The vintage ones?
Yeah, I collect I 1960s.
Nice.
This is my GI Joe.
Nice.
So I
Yes.
collected.
Yes.
I grew up in the 70s. I was born in 1969. So these are my Joes. The 3 3/4. I never collected any of the 3 3/4, but John Joker hooked me up with Sergeant Slaughter and the vehicle for Sergeant Slaughter. So I love Sergeant Slaughter, and I have like three, and plus the Hasbro Sergeant Slaughter that came out. This one with the little action figure.
Oh yeah, that one's great. That's an awesome figure. One of my
So
favorites.
yeah, Sergeant Slaughter. I love Sergeant Slaughter. Wrestling mainly because of wrestling, but yeah, these are my Joes.
Nice. Nice. Very cool. Yeah, that's a great figure. I love that Sergeant Slaughter. I wasn't sure about it due to the 34 bucks, but I actually think he's worth 34 bucks.
Yeah,
He's
yeah, yeah. I would pay
solid
30.
figure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
He's
one
cool,
that I'm
man.
okay with. Yep.
Yeah.
So, so let's talk a little more YouTube. Favorite YouTubers right now, and again, it doesn't. I ask this a lot. It doesn't have to be Toy Hunter, but what are your top three YouTubers right now, and why?
Um, I like. There's a guy. What's his name? I can't even think of his. I should have. I was planning on writing some of this stuff down because like on the spot, man.
Yeah.
But 80s Toys Rock.
Okay.
He.
Yeah,
I
I know
like
it is.
him.
Yeah.
He's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
He goes to antique places, not antique like what do you call it? The Goodie Wills and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Find
So
some
he's
good
pretty
stuff
cool.
too. Yeah.
Yeah, he does. So
Does.
I enjoy watching his. He does a great job. Um, and I'm not kissing up to him at all. Um, but he has a good style. I like his style. Um, I also like movie guy. What's his name, man? Jeez, I know. I plan on writing all this down. But he does a lot of because I was big into movies, Blu-rays, and DVD and 4K movies. So I'm a big movie nut. So it was I'll never remember his YouTube name, but yeah, movies and Funko Pops. I was big into watching Funko Pops reviews back when I was collecting Funkos, so that was fun. And everybody here in the community, man, I enjoy watching and stumbling across some of your videos. You guys are doing fantastic work. Everyone has a cool style. Not everybody is a Pixel Dan. Pixel Dan, you rock,
Right.
but not
Pixel Dan
everybody's a
Ross the
Pixel
Rock.
Dan.
Yes, he does.
And I enjoy everybody, whether you have high quality, low quality video. I just like your style. Keep it up.
Definitely. Yeah, I'm with you, man. Everybody here does a
Man
great
Cave's
job.
collectibles. I love
Man Cave is
Man
the man.
Cave.
I'm trying
Yeah.
to get him, Mr. Fantastic. You need to put in a good word for me, brother. I'm trying to get Man Cave, but not quite.
I love hearing these when I was watching, it's funny because like Man Cave, he was like, I gotta hit the gym again. I want to start working out. And I like want to text him, hey man, I'm a bodybuilder. You need any advice or anything
Yeah,
like that? Let me
definitely.
know, man, because I'll walk you through anything or just inspire, just keep you motivated, things like that. So I love hearing some of these YouTubers talking. They just come out of the gym and things like that because that's me, man.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
well, at least was me. I took a few months off, but trying
right.
to heal up on my injuries.
Well, he's another one of those guys too, where you can he's just a down earth guy, and you know that
Yeah,
everything he's saying is genuine, and it's just you just he kind of attracts the audience. You know, that's why he has almost 10,000 subs because he's just really good at. And Mr. Fantastic saying it right now, man, K's one of the nicest guys I've ever met, been great friends. Yeah, I mean, I can see why. I can see why with all those guys that, I've had Sentry on the show. I've had JB on this show. I'm going to have Mr. Fantastic. There's a reason those guys are all
he
successful.
talks about him all the time.
I do talk about him all the time. That's
Well,
right.
no, he talks about
Yeah,
Mr.
Mr.
Fantastic
Fantastic
all
talks
the
about him
time.
all the time. Yep, yep. They're always doing their yeah, he does. Southern charm. You're absolutely right, man. And it's like with anything, if you have that thing, that aura about you, you have people gravitate, and sometimes you just get lucky, but that's just kind of the way it goes.
Because
So,
he does what, like I say, is he's talking to you not like a salesman. He's talking to you like you're over his shoulder.
yeah,
You
exactly.
know what I mean? He's not.
Exactly.
Real. And most of us, I can't. I'm not saying anybody does it like a salesman. So I'm not saying anything like that. But if you're comfortable and you're talking to people like they're with you and just be comfortable and have fun with it. And
That's
that's
it.
what he does.
Yeah. So with that, did you ever, when you started your channel, now you've done competition, so I'm going to guess this isn't a thing, but did you have a hard time being comfortable on camera, or was it just kind of second nature for you?
When I first started out, I was like the salesman, man.
Yeah,
Hi, if you should watch my first video. I'm like, hey, if
I'll have
you
to do
like
that.
toys and fitness, you came to the right place.
Nice,
I am Geek Strong. You know what I
nice,
mean? It
nice.
was it was cute and it was simple, but no, I'm pretty it's funny because I'll go through toy stores with a video. I'll uh try to talk soft so I'm not like interrupting other people, but
Mhm.
if you're right next to me, I have no problem filming like you're I have no problem. I'm not shy at all.
Yeah, nice, nice. What do you think the number one thing you've learned since your first video What do you think that you've gotten better at, and what do you think you can improve on?
I think I've gotten pretty good on getting better with editing. I think I'm having a fun style with editing and just making it interesting. I'm enjoying the process. I am the actor. I am the director. I am the editor. I am the orchestra for the music. I
Producer,
pick
dude.
the music, the intros. I
Yep.
am everything. I even when I did an Elf video where Elf was talking as the puppet, but that was me. There was nobody else
Nice.
there. I had to split the screen,
Yep. Yep.
so it was me standing here, and then I had another part of the video where I was over there with a puppet, and then I cut it all together and put it so it looked like it was seamless, like I was talking with the puppet.
That's
I love
awesome, man.
stuff like that. I love being creative and things like that.
Before you did YouTube, did you dabble in any of that? Did you dabble in editing or making videos or anything like that?
Yeah, yeah,
Yep.
yeah. So what I did was there was a game in a it was a game for Xbox and it was a game on the PC called U Star,
Mm,
and you would act like karaoke. Right? So you could be like you're in a movie, so there's Dorothy and you're in a scene with the Wizard of Oz, so that it's the Wizard of Oz and you get a green screen basically, and you can be the scarecrow talking to Dorothy.
nice.
So so you would upload it just like you do YouTube. You would upload it to their website and other people would watch it, and sometimes they would have contests, and this guy won first place, second place, third place, and you make friends within the community. So I had people from Australia, I had people from California, people from all around the world. We did a Batman series, Batman and Robin. I played Robin, the Joker. I mean Robin, Scarecrow. We had Batman. He would make a video. I'd make a video. We'd combine them together and make like a little mini series.
Wow.
So
Nice.
yeah. So if it's not one thing, it's another that I'm doing something crazy that driving my wife nuts and
That's great, man.
just being a child playing.
Have you ever considered doing more of that stuff maybe for YouTube? Have you ever, maybe thought about getting like a full, because I know that Mike the Hunter, he did a full video with his GI Joes. And it had a story and everything. It was this
Oh
long
yeah,
drawn
yeah.
out thing. I don't know if you guys have
I
seen
have
it.
a
If you guys
movie
haven't,
on my channel. There
do
is a
you?
movie
Oh,
out there.
okay.
Yeah,
All right, I'll have to
it's
check
called
that out.
Don't Scream.
Don't Scream. Hey, you know what? Left Coast Graphics just said Don't Scream, #1 movie on YouTube.
Yeah, yeah. So this was a movie that I made when the Blair Witch Project came out.
Long time ago.
So I filmed it with a camcorder. It's just me again. It's me as the killer, me as the person. It's so like bad. But what I did was I took a bad movie and I turned and I added sound effects. I added music from horror movies, and I just edited it and tried to make it a little bit more watchable. In the process, it was pretty fun, so I put it up on YouTube, and, there might be a part 2. If you watch the whole video, you'll see even after I say we are all geek strong, wait for the ending because there is always an ending and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I enjoy doing stupid crazy stuff like that.
Nice, man. That's awesome. That's awesome. I didn't know that. That's very cool, man.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. I know there's a couple other guys that have dabbled in that, Cincy and not another retro channel. They actually had a full length movie that they
Yeah.
premiered and everything. So that was really cool. So,
I'm waiting
you
for
know,
the Blu-ray release.
yeah, yeah. Well, I think they're already Jeff was telling me that they're already working on filming a second one. So
Oh, cool.
kind of cool there.
Yeah.
And then Lefko says he can't wait to be in Don't Scream too.
Yeah, definitely. That's my plan. Honestly, if I do it, I do want to have YouTubers in it and just
That's good.
filming your own thing at home. And I can edit all that and just I'll tell you what what I want, or you can improvise, and I can make myself appear in your or make it look like I'm coming after you.
That's awesome, man. That's
Yeah.
very cool. Very cool. What editor do you use? You've got great editing skills. So let us know, what editor do you
I
use?
would never give away my secrets.
Oh, you're not gonna
It's all done on my phone. I do everything on
Man,
my
you
phone.
and me both. Yep, there it is
Yeah,
right
this
there.
is I can do this at work, I can do it during lunch, I can
Yep,
do everything.
yep.
So the editing so my thumbnail is called thumbnail maker for YouTube is for my
That
thumbnails.
that's exactly what I
Thumbnail
have.
maker.
Yep. Yep.
And yeah, because your intro is the same music as mine.
Oh, is it? No, I'm sorry. I
Yeah,
didn't mean to
when it
steal your
says
I didn't mean to
with
steal
the
your intro music.
Yeah, no, that I've said it before. Yeah, we have the same. The beginning of this video, this stream here
Oh,
is
yeah?
my intro.
Oh, I'm gonna have to change it.
I use Video Maker. It's called
Yep.
um Video Maker, Video Guru
Mm,
Pro is what I use right there.
yeah. Yep. Yep. That's a good one.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
it's got everything I need. It's probably got more than I keep finding new things. I can actually change my voice in
Oh,
some of
can
this
you?
stuff.
I'll have to
Yeah,
look at that.
you can make it sound like a robot, a female.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I've got InShot. InShot, you can do that same thing. You can do alien, you can do robot, you can do all those things.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's cool.
Yep.
That's how and Don't Scream, I use some of that on it.
Nice. Very
Yeah.
cool. Yeah,
You
I
gotta
mean,
watch
it
this
is.
after that. Watch
I
Don't
will.
Scream,
I will
please,
check it out for sure. I didn't do my homework.
and leave a comment. Anybody here watching it, give it a chance. It's so bad it's good.
Nice. That's awesome. All right. So Gary says it was better than all of the Sharknadoes put together.
Thank you. And
High
it's gory
compliment.
too. No, it's not.
High compliment. And then let's see. So JJ wants to know, when will toy and fitness talk come back?
Toys and fitness, you know something? Honestly, I'll come out here and say it. And I talked to Danny about it, and Danny and I, we're not having a fallout. I still talk to him. I needed a break. I got into a car accident and kind of got down about it and things like that. So I was a little bit not depressed, but pretty depressed. So I took a time out of YouTube, not making videos, and then I started having fun making videos again, feeling better. But I've taken a few months out of the gym, so I almost feel like a fake by doing toys and fitness, by talking fitness, even though I know it, but, you know, I just didn't feel like I was worthy enough
I
of being
think
the
those
fitness part
uh
of it.
I think those trophies you have will justify you as
Yeah. We're
an
gonna
expert.
we're thinking about changing the name to Toys and Fatness,
Toys and
so
fat nice.
and
You
then
can
I'll
have
come back.
Twinkies and Cokes and everything
Yeah,
else. Yeah, cool. Cool, cool.
yeah.
Nice.
But
Uh,
we'll be back. We'll be back. We needed a
nice.
break.
Nice. Mr. Fantastic says that's what he uses for his thumbnails. That thing's great. I think I paid $8.99 for the whole year for that program we were talking about for the thumbnails and the intros. Thing's great. So yeah, I definitely with you. T3 says he uses Canva, Adobe Express for thumbnails, Power Director for videos. Man, you are just so high tech, buddy. Um, and let's see, it was Sharknado was not a documentary series. No, it was not. It
No.
was not. Check out Dino's new channel, Geek Wimp.
Yeah. I'm actually still holding up my strength somewhat because I worked out with my son a couple of weeks ago, and I was still pretty strong. I was
Nice.
surprised.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. So, do you have any other? Obviously, you're the strong stuff and stuff, but do you have any other hobbies outside of YouTube and that?
I love movies. I love surround sound. I have a theater here, so right there is a 3D projector.
Mm-hmm.
So, and these are movie theater seats behind me.
Nice.
And so I love movies, just sitting back, and I haven't watched a movie in a long time, but I love it. I have a 92-inch pull down screen,
Oh,
so I love
nice.
chilling out watching movies and fitness and stuff like that. When I was training was everything. I mean, I had no other time to do much than that. YouTube takes a lot of time. Toy hunting takes a lot of time. So yeah, that's pretty much, I think, all of my hobbies. Am I lame? What else do I like to
Well,
do?
that's quite a
Uh,
few hobbies, man. I think you
yeah,
got a lot of hobbies, actually. Usually if you have like more than one or two, that's a lot because it takes up so much time.
yeah. And then
Like
my
you said,
son's starting lacrosse. He'll be doing lacrosse, and then football season comes around and things
nice.
like that. So you
Very cool.
become busy.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, being a parent, we talked about a little bit of that behind the scenes. That takes up a ton of your time too. When you can
Yeah,
squeeze in, you're kind of like me, where I listen to YouTube as I'm working. Got some time where I can do videos and stuff. But if my day job was demanding like a lot of these guys is, I would probably put one video up like a week or one video every
yeah.
couple weeks because it takes. You know, Honestly, do you find it hard to find the time just to go toy hunt? Because I know I do.
I've always toy hunted. So I just find it's more a pain in the butt to film. I just want to
Yeah,
go in and
yeah,
look and leave.
yeah.
So filming takes up a little bit of time. So you got to figure it's about 15, 20 minutes when you walk in a store
Mhm.
to film at least. but when I do like a video, people don't realize, well, at least I didn't really realize because um I put in work, I think, when I try to do like my videos. And so I change up my style. So I won't just do a toy review where I'm talking here because I can't expect my family to stop everything they're doing. Why? Because I'm upstairs doing a room, and the echo in there isn't, the sound's not that good.
Right.
So I'll do
Right.
all my filming, and then I can edit it, slow it down, speed it up, add things in. But I do voiceover after, so it's like doing the same video twice and
Mm-hmm.
longer. So
Mm-hmm.
it can take me up to like 8 to 15 hours to do like a 20-minute video,
Ooh,
and but I like the result, so if I like the result, then it's worth it. So if I take one day out of the week to do not everything, like I did one today where it was, I have a vision what I'm gonna do. So before I did it, it's probably maybe an hour or two it took. But some videos can take up to like 15 hours to make.
wow. That's
Just
dedication,
a
man.
review, unboxing.
Yeah. 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 And if you have a certain style in a certain way that you want it to look, it's gonna take that time. You
And
just
it
hope that
shows.
it
I think
does.
they show.
It does. You can usually see the rushed ones. Me.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Well,
you know, the ones that going back to Pixel Dan, going back to Robo, the Fwoosh, you can
yeah,
tell those guys take a lot of time doing their videos, especially Robo. Robo throws in all those little funny blurbs and all
yeah.
the stuff that he does. That's got to
That's his
take a long
style.
time. That's his
That's
style,
his
but
style, and that's what works.
it's carried him. I remember when I started watching him, he had like 20,000 subs. He's like close to 200,000 now. So, it works for him. So, T3 used to do social media marketing and it's just second nature. Nice, man. Glad you're applying that. And I forgot to welcome our guest from last week, Matt from Matt About Toys. What's up, my man?
Oh
All the
yeah,
way from Canada.
yeah.
Guys, go check out his new video. He repainted the DC Multiverse Mr. Freeze. Whole new figure. Looks great. So go check
I
that
love
video.
his channel. He's a great. I just
He
met him
does great.
through this, I believe,
Yeah,
through
he
your
does
live
great,
stream.
man. And he's a super nice guy, super chill guy. And, him and I talk probably at least, I think we've talked every day this week. So he is an awesome guy. You guys definitely, if you didn't sub last week, go sub to Matt. So, all right. Well, let's see. Editing does take long. Well, and Matt's the same way. Matt's got a style like you do, Dean, where,
Yeah,
you can tell that you guys you have a certain style, you have a way you want it to look, and it shows. So definitely. Yep. All right. So let's see. What are you looking forward to this year in terms of toy releases and that sort of thing? Is there anything that's caught your eye where you're like, I think I'm going to get that?
indie, indie,
Indeed.
indie,
Indeed.
indie. It's
Indeed.
all about indie this year, man. I can't
Gotcha.
wait for Wave 2 coming out with Short Round and all them, and Dr. Jones.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, so I'm excited for indie. As far as if I can find some, again, the Star Wars vintage collection, like the Wave coming out is like Andor and things like that. I'm not going to collect it because I'm all about original trilogy now. I mean, I collect some of them that are cool looking, but I'm running out of space, man. Look at all this. It's like
I
if
hear
I
you.
buy a $15 figure and put it in a bin,
It's
that's
no,
not
yeah,
why.
it doesn't feel right, does it?
No,
Yep,
it
it doesn't
doesn't.
feel right.
So
It's true. Have you been? I don't know if you do, but have you been catching up on The Mandalorian at all? Do you
but
watch that
yeah,
show?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like every
Well,
other episode I like. First episode I didn't like. The second episode I liked. The third
okay.
episode I didn't like. The fourth episode I liked. It's like it's
Yeah, it's very well. One of the things that I've noticed, there's no like real big thing that we're after. Like season one, there was a big thing, getting Grogu. Season two,
yeah.
capture, saving her. It just feels is the Mythosaur really the big thing that we're after in this
It's
series?
Bo-Katan's the big thing. Is
I
she
think
gonna
I think
be
you're right.
a Mandalorian?
Yeah,
She's gonna lose her other armor, and she's gonna have to choose whether she's gonna be full Mandalorian or what. You know what I
yeah.
mean? You can't be both.
Right,
And
right.
it's cool. Don't get me wrong. I love it. I'm not gonna criticize too much of it. I mean, I do criticize. I mean, the Mandalorians, they're fighting this giant alligator, and they're shooting at
Exactly.
they're throwing bombs on a giant shell on the back.
Right.
doesn't it have a soft belly? Why don't you toss him on the ground by his belly?
Right, and then you shoot your wrist gauntlet that's
Yeah,
attached to your arm to try to
yeah. You
stop,
weigh
and then
200 pounds, and you get this
right,
thing that weighs
right.
thousands and thousands of pounds. It's
I
like
think a lot of it's been kinda hokey this season,
it
unfortunately.
was a
I
reason to introduce the Boba Fett's new ship,
Yep,
and it
yep.
was a reason to show something to come out of the water. And I'm not going
Yeah,
to spoil too much, but you know what I mean. It was just so I get it. I get it. It's fine. But it's like Walking Dead. I love The Walking Dead. You watch the first few seasons, then you
oh,
see
first few
it was
seasons
like
great.
surprising, shocking. Holy, I just saw that on TV. I can't believe it. And then fourth season, it's like, yeah, I've seen that. How many times are you going to show a zombie
Right.
rip?
It
So been there,
gets
done
stale.
that.
Yep, gets
So,
stale,
but I love
and
it. But it just doesn't as exciting,
well, I
I
think
guess.
it right now, I think it's its own worst enemy because it started out so well the first 2 seasons, and now people have all these really high expectations.
Yeah.
To me, they're not hitting those expectations, but it's like, are our expectations unreal now? Are they, so far out there that it's like nothing they ever do is ever going to be good enough? I mean, if you had told us 10, 12 years ago, we're going to have a show about all Mandalorians, everybody would have been losing their minds. Everybody had been so excited no matter what they put on film just to see a bunch of Mandalorians. So,
I
that's the
think I
fan
think
base.
like some things best left unknown, you know what I mean? I think Boba Fett's mystery was his draw,
Yep. Yep.
and it's just like anything. It's like I know this is late show, but it's like going to a strip club and stuff like that, and you're like, and then you talk to the stripper after, and it's like, maybe I shouldn't have talked to
Should
her.
have just left the money on the table and got the hell
Yeah,
out of
it
there.
just walked out.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I feel. It's like
Yep.
I'm waiting. I think the next episode of The Mandalorian, I heard Arthur Fonzarelli is going to make an appearance jumping
Oh,
the
okay.
shark or something.
All right. Yeah, Joe
Yeah.
says surprises
You
are
don't
coming
get you don't
soon.
get that joke?
No.
So the Happy Days, the
Oh,
Fonz, he
yeah,
jumped the
yeah. I'm
shark,
sorry.
you know?
Yeah. Yes,
Uh,
right over my head.
I know it's hard to work chat and everything, so
It is. It is. But Joe says surprise is coming soon, so we'll see what that is. But Mr. Fantastic, he's absolutely right. He doesn't feel like he knows where the season of Mando's going yet. I'm with you, man. I don't know where it's going either.
I met R2 at a toy show.
Did you?
The
Nice.
the girl the girl that was in R2D2 that was with Ahsoka and Luke Skywalker.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so I met her at a toy show, and she said that she is gonna be in one of the episodes,
Really?
but not
Interesting.
necessarily R2D2. She might be an
Oh, she
extra
might
because
be something else, huh?
she's
Okay.
played a Jawa before, and so we don't know
Hmm.
for certain, but
What's her name? It's like Leela
Cassandra, I think, or something like that.
Cassandra. Or maybe I'm thinking of somebody different.
I think it's something like that.
Okay. All right. Because I know General Kenobi's bunker. He interviewed the girl that was Tika, the Jawa in the Obi-Wan
Yeah,
series.
we met
So he
her
did.
too.
Did you? Nice.
Oh no,
Yeah.
not Tika. So, was it Tika? No, she was a Jawa. I don't think it was Tika.
Jawa.
Sorry.
Yeah, she was a Jawa. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. 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 Mr. Fantastic says, I remember in the first season when we saw a few Mandalorians fighting together, it was amazing. Now we've seen like 20 of them, and it's like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, that's how spoiled we get.
And they
We
don't
saw
even seem like they know how to fight. It's
no.
like,
You're like, no wonder your world got blown to hell because you don't even know how to fight right. You don't know
yeah.
what you're doing. So yeah, I'm totally with you, man. I'm totally with you.
But I get
Um,
it. I'm not, Andor. I loved Andor. I loved the story with it. I think the story was fantastic, and the special effects was. I don't need a whole lot of special effects. I'm more into Star Wars. It was all
yep,
models and
all
creatures.
models. Hmm.
I love the Cantina aliens were spot on. Now you see um, creatures and on
Yeah.
Mandalorian, they look like they belong in Star Trek.
Well, that pirate, the
Yeah, he's
Christmas
Star
tree
Trek,
pirate,
man.
like, what is that? That's not Star
Yeah,
Wars. I thought the same thing. I
no.
mean, it's like,
I think I saw that in what was that? Who Tim Allen movie?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Galaxy Quest, I think it
Yeah,
was. Was
exactly,
that from Galaxy
exactly, and
Quest?
it's like, that's not Star Wars. You guys are throwing in different
Yeah,
stuff from different franchises, and it's like, it's not meshing, it's not coming
yeah.
together the right way, so
But again, I don't want to criticize because I'd rather have that than nothing, and
that's true.
it's fine. But if you can make it perfect, how I don't know how you're going to make it perfect. But unfortunately, I mean that's what we do. We're critics. We
Oh, yeah.
criticize, something like that. So I don't like to do it too much, but everyone's got an opinion. So I'm
That's the hard.
sorry. I'm sorry, people that are making Star Wars. If I criticize, I still think you're doing amazing work. Um, but
Yeah.
that's
I
it.
mean, that if they're not used to that by now,
I know, but I
yeah.
hate it. Like I feel bad for the Star Wars team that are going. They can't even do a live stream anymore. They have to do it private. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They have to do it already filmed because there's so many
Just
people
getting
bashing.
hammered.
They hammered, and
Yeah.
it's I mean, I feel their hands. I mean, they can only do what they're told to do. They're not the boss. I mean, they're doing their best, and the repaints and wrong
Yep.
shoelaces on a figure. It's like, come on, really?
Yeah.
I
Well,
you know
they were complaining about that release with the Luke and the Grogu going on about the boots and how the boots are like the straps. It's like who the hell cares? I mean,
Yeah, I know.
that's a crappy offering, I think. But again, are we do we need to be that specific and cry about it that much to where it's like probably not.
That's what I
You know.
mean. That's why, like, toys, I like simple toys, man. I don't really I never look at the shoelaces. If
Yeah.
you have the color somewhat and it looks like a human or an alien, give it to me, man. But
Right.
I don't, but that's just me. That's how I collect. So, but just like somebody's telling you, you know, try to be like Pixel Dan, Yukon Phil has feelings, man. You just
Right.
can't, like, these guys that are making these figures, they
Uh,
have feelings too. So please, everybody, just settle down a little bit. Let's throw some positive at them and encourage them to make good stuff. And if you want to throw a criticism, throw one criticism and 10 great comments at them.
mhm. And I think the place where I know my criticism comes is not really directed at times, they say stuff and it's like, whoa, what? But
Yeah,
really it's the shareholders and it's the CEO and it's the big wigs that are only in it for this. Those are
yeah.
the ones that are making the 44.99 for two little figures, or they're making, we want to see our profits fly through the roof.
Money,
They're the bad guys.
price is different, when it comes to that. But something, everybody wants a raise. You know what I mean?
Oh
So
yeah. Oh yeah.
if
Even
I
if you
want to,
don't deserve it.
yeah. Well,
Mhm.
somebody want if I'm a sculptor, I want to make X amount of dollars. I have skill. I'm making this, so the figures go up, the plastic goes up, everything goes up, so the
Yeah.
figures go up. But I'm not, if I don't want to pay the price, I just won't buy it.
Right. Right. And
It's
that's
cheaper to
ultimately
buy
what it is.
vintage now. I'll buy vintage.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It is cheaper, and you can find good vintage for less than 25 bucks a piece.
Yeah, yeah,
Spot on
and
stuff,
when you
complete.
look at it, it can see what I love about vintage is it's like having a DeLorean. So
Hmm.
I can bring this, I can go like this and say, this 1974 Wizard of
Oh, nice.
Oz witch. I remember playing with this when I was 6 years old. I remember being on the couch with my sister and setting up pillows like it's Oz
Yeah.
and playing all that. See, this to me is worth the price because this brings me back to a certain day in my life.
Right.
I think that's what vintage toys does. I mean, I can have this collection, and this toy right here has another memory for you and
Hmm.
you
Hmm.
and you. This one toy has so many different memories for people. And not just this, it's not, the Wizard of Oz, but like, Earthquake Tower here, which is, I remember playing with that toy
Yeah.
with my brother living in Massachusetts when I was like 4 or 5 years old. And you know what I mean? So
Oh yeah,
modern
definitely.
toys can't do that. They
No.
can say, hey, I remember that movie, but the toy itself, no.
Well, it's little things, even like the smell. I told you backstage, I got a couple of vintage TMNT figures. I mean, just the smell took me back
Yeah.
to being 9 years
Yeah.
old in my grandma's basement, playing with my brother and smashing them together. You can't. You're absolutely right. Modern toys can't do that for you. It's just, you know, it's weird how we're programmed. Certain things trigger certain memories, smell,
Yeah.
taste, and there's that flood of memories. So it's
So you get like things like this. You go into Walmart and said, "I love Kiss, man. Look at this figure.
yeah,
This figure is so cool. That's great. But what about this figure here? Now this is Kiss, man. This is
there you go.
1970. What I think everything's 74, but maybe it's not. But this is the vintage Mego Kiss doll. Now this
Nice.
will bring you back to the day when you're in your basement, playing with your toys with your brothers or your best friend and things like
Mhm.
that. You know what I mean? It's
Yep.
vintage is simple toys like this.
Yeah.
You
And
know,
it looks like a toy,
it
which
does
is
look
even
like
better.
a
It looks like
toy.
a toy. Yep. Yep. So, all right, Dean. Well, we're at our time. I'm going to give you a chance to plug yourself. Tell us where we can find you. Tell us what's on the docket for the future for you, and that whole thing.
So you can find me on YouTube at Geek Strong. I have a video that I released today. It's just a simple video where I found a few Indiana Jones figures. I went the other day. I found the carded Indy, but today I found other Indy toys. So, and I will be doing unboxing on those later on in the week. I think tomorrow I might be releasing the ET capsules. Remember those in
Mm,
Walmart's? You know those
hmm
capsules? I
hmm
finally found ET on clearance, so I bought it and I'm dying to open it. So it's just a quick video. I've always been curious, so if you're curious, check out the video. And you can find me on Instagram at Geek Strong YouTube, and also on Twitter. I think it's geek_strong. And then maybe at your local gym, you might see me working out.
Nice. Well, thank you so much, Dean. Really appreciate you being on the show. Awesome
Thanks.
talking to you. All you guys in the chat, as always, thank you so much. You guys help make this show what it is. We see the same guys and even new faces every week. So I appreciate all you guys being in this chat. It means a lot to me, to the guest. So, couple quick things. Probably not a show next week. If we do it, I'll let you guys know. It would probably be a different night because it's WrestleMania next week, and we're going to be running right into Cody and Roman, and I'm not going to try to compete against Cody and Roman. So,
So do you watch wrestling?
I do. I
Yeah.
do.
So I'll
I've
catch that.
gotten.
I have I think it's on Peacock or
It is
Paramount
on
Plus,
Peacock.
right?
Yep,
Oh,
Peacock.
Peacock.
Yep,
Okay, yeah.
and it's
So I'll catch that.
2 nights. Saturday night and then Sunday will be the big one with Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes. That's the one I'm looking forward to. So, probably won't do a show that night. I don't think that's a good idea, but I might do something later in the week. And then no video tomorrow. I released my video yesterday, so go check that out. And another video coming, but I just don't know when yet. I'm getting deviating from the schedule, so we'll see. But Dean, thanks again, man. Really appreciate it. You guys in the chat. We will talk to you
So
guys.
real quick,
Yeah,
real
go ahead.
quick.
Yeah.
So I want to thank everybody for watching and participating. I am reading your chat. So Gary, I will talk to you later. And Mad About Toys, all you guys, nerdy collecting, everybody, fantastic. Left Coast, love you guys. And I want to say one thing. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, do all that good stuff. Remember, we are all Geek Strong. Take care, everyone.
Thanks a lot, guys. You guys have a good night.
See ya.